So, dnes сме четвъртък, нали?
Четвъртък. Да.
Да, днес сме четвъртък.
Днес е
Да, днес
четвъртък.
е четвъртък и in a conversational form we do say that днес сме четвъртък. Literally it means we are Thursday, but днес е четвъртък.
Oh, Nesme. Oh, okay. Nesme
That's more
четвъртък. Okay.
conversational, but the right way to say it's like what you said. Днес е четвъртък. Today is Thursday. So I'm gonna let you find the word for guru because you should.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, good. That's very
Guttural.
important.
Guttural.
You need to know
Mm.
that, and our other student needs to know that as well. She cannot join us today. She has тя има много работа and other things. What it seems like a little crazy for her. So we're gonna say a prayer for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, времето тук също не е хубаво. The weather here is always not good. I mean, I'm not complaining because it was 16 C. I go by centigrade. I go by centigrade because that's what I'm used to. For days,
Mm-hmm.
it was like 16 C, which is, I don't know how much is 16 C in Fahrenheit, but for
Let me
Colorado,
see. What's
Colorado for January, that's
so to
warm.
um Fahrenheit. Okay, so 16.
Yes, that's just nice.
It's not uh
Just nice.
You say it. You say it. You say it so good. I'm like, I've got to say like every, every, just duh.
No, no, it's just nice. Just let's say
Just nice.
conversationally, just nice
Just nice.
градуса.
Okay, so that would be like 60 degrees
Yeah.
Fahrenheit. And
60.
today it's um uh 20.
Да, 20 само 20 или 25?
Uh, uh, so it would be wait, debate. I can't do this with two things in my ears. I can't hear myself. Um, Set Edna?
Един.
Edna.
21 градус.
Edin.
Да. So we just say 21 градуса. That's not too bad for Texas. I mean, it's still warm, January.
Yeah, it's yeah. But the I forget the word.
For what?
Um,
Коя дума забравяш? Коя дума
yeah,
забравяш?
Duma is wind. No, that Duma's word.
Дума is very
Um,
good.
um, uh, I was trying to remember the phrase from the first lesson. Tachenya, something Tachenya.
Течение. Става течение.
Stava Tachenya. And but that's um um
That means there is a
that
draft.
was like it's yeah, that wasn't the word for wind.
And Bulgarians are afraid of tечение, of draft. Yeah, we all think we're gonna catch cold if we stay in, including myself.
well, it's like it's like a different psyop in each country, right? I
Yeah.
mean, like here they tell you something, and here they tell you something else, and here,
Yes, and in Bulgaria is tечение. We don't like tечение. Now, when I was in Paris last year, because it's already 2026, not 2026. Don't worry about that. I'm just speaking Bulgarski to you.
Да.
We were in Paris. We found F2 Airbnb, the cheapest Airbnb in Paris. Well, I don't know if it was the cheapest, it was still crazy expensive, but that's what we could afford. We couldn't even afford that one, but that's another topic. An attic of a building with an elevator, ascensor. Ascensor, you may want to take that word.
Censure.
Ascensor is like servitor. Remember, waiter, ascensor is elevator. Ascensor is an important word. Megan needs to learn that word, ascensor. And image, past tense, image, ascensor. There was an elevator because we're on the seventh floor.
Oh,
And in Paris, the air conditioning is illegal. Yes, it's I mean in hotels, museums, restaurants, things like this, you can have AC, but in apartment buildings, you cannot. And the first 2 weeks of June was okay. The last 2 weeks of June was not okay because luckily we left on the hottest day early in the morning for Bulgaria, early. But even it was 38 C that day in Paris. I don't know if you remember hearing on the news, najgorещите dni, the hottest days. Then dni, another of these weird plurals. Let's call it that. 'Cause it's just so then we know how usually we add the e to form a plural, but we don't say Denny. No, we that's a name. We say dni, d n i. So najgorещите dni, горещ is hot, горещ. Najgorещите dni в Paris, in Paris. Uh, for part of that, we were there. And for 2, 3 days, outside was 35 C, and we're on the seventh floor. And for me, I would have welcomed Ticenia at that point in time because it was rough, which was an understatement. Now, you know what I'm trying to say. So cold shower
wow.
to then douche is not enough. So the in Bulgarian language, the word for shower is douche. I know that in English that's part of a not very appropriate word, but that's what it is.
No, but it's the same in it's similar in French and
In
Italian though,
French,
isn't it?
yeah. So douche, douche, douche. And this is
Douche.
what we say to take a shower. Vzemi si din douche. Now, vzemam si, I take myself, literally, that's a reflexive verb, but cold showers to then douche was not helpful.
Hmm.
Yes, that was rough. But then luckily we left on the hottest day. So, and the last day we spent in a hotel at the airport Hyatt, which had AC. So I'm grateful, was grateful.
Wow.
Yes,
Um, um,
rough. Yeah, yeah, traveling is not traveling last year for me was not fun. There was some good time in Bulgaria when I was at the beach, and there was küfteta and kebabchita, and hamburger, and a homemade lemonade from Malini. You know Malini, a raspberry. So,
mm.
I mean, malini would be raspberries. So, малинова лимонада. Домашна малинова лимонада, кюфтет студена, cold. On the beach, there was this a restaurant, Ma and Pa's restaurant, family owned. Their grandma probably made limonada from their raspberries in their backyard. Домашна малинова лимонада. Awesome. Кебабчета, пържени картофи. So when I tell people аз бях в Франция, I was in France, and everybody's like, oh, how nice. No, no, Paris in the summer, stay out of it. No. The first week was nice. It was cooler. There weren't crowds in June. It was okay. After this, no, forget it. No, no, no. So
Was it Kato is like
da Kato, uh-huh.
Kato how would you say Italia or some
Италия, да, точно така, Италия. Като Италия, да, много топло. I was also uh, uh, press that we say press for in 2023 през 2023 you already know 23. But as you pay attention, Gudina, ear, we're diverting today from the lesson. You see something else on the screen here, but Gudina is ear. I don't know if you hear this little nuances of the language, but I'm saying през 2023 in 2023. Why is 23? Because it's Gudina. So I don't have to say през
okay.
2023 година. I can just tell you през 2023 бях, I was in Verona for 1 day. Again, the worst day. Now, what was she then? Well, for me, it was 38. See,
Oh, wow.
yes. So, 38 градуса, 38 grad. So I was out for the first part of the day, and 1 o'clock, I just went to my hotel, which had AC, and I couldn't care for the house, Juliet, Romeo and Juliet house, which is a tourist trap anyway. Don't go there. And
Yeah, I went there.
yeah, no, it's a tourist trap. Juliet,
they
I
all hold your
learned.
breast.
Yeah, Juliet has never been there. Neither was a Romeo. But anyway, uh, and some other tower, Kula Tower, that I never climbed to see the view, but I went to the museum, which actually I have some pictures. I can post them on the YouTube channel, but the museum did not have AC, so it was rough for me. It was rough, but I was able to make some pictures, and after this, I'm done. Yeah, that was it. So, so we learned gurul, throat. We already know den for day. We learned the plural dni in this little introductory conversation. Dni for days. We learn goresht. This is hot.
Buddhist.
Goresh, but not just for day. It can be for stove. It can be anything, just like in English, hot. Because I know sometimes in Bulgarian, the Bulgarski, imame very specific words. Like поръчвам, to order, is only you only order at a restaurant or a coffee shop or whatever. But you cannot use поръчвам like we use in English order, right? Like to order, like the queen ordered off with your head. You know what I'm saying? Just something like that. I don't know. I came up with that now.
Buddhist. Okay.
Yeah, goresht. Which other words we learn? We already know tečenie. We learned ascensor. Ah, that's a good one. Ascensor. Ascensor. It's like servitor. Ascensor. These are kind of similar sounding. They're gonna have the same ending. You can look the elevator. That's important. And we did touch on how to say in press 2000 in 23 I was in Italy. In English, na angliski is very simple, but na bulgarski you gotta think quite a bit. Press for in. Press. ПРС. През 23-та, през 2023 бях в Италия. Biach is past tense, but Italia is Italy. You don't need to learn biach for now. Now, imaš li въпроси за тези думи for these new words? Имаш ли въпроси?
No, I typed them into my translator and took a screenshot.
Okay. Now, ascensor would the plural will be ascensori. So that's the good news. It's a normal plural, right? So um if sometimes we see grammar that you don't understand, you need to
Mhm.
ask me because last lesson when Pete logged in, he struggled when I used third person singular, person plural, formal, things like second person formal for you.
Mhm.
He he didn't struggle with the Bulgarian part that much. He struggled with that. He had no clue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you, that's why today we're going to introduce a new concept. And I actually found, I don't use AI very much, but I did find this time AI nailed it because we're going to go over this today very briefly in the lesson. So I am gonna have you read that from perfective until ongoing because this is a very because when you read this is gonna make a lot of sense to you when
Mhm.
we get to the actual lesson.
Oh, okay, okay. I should do this.
This is the difference between the perfective and the imperfective, but it's explained really well. I have to give AI like 100% here.
A gold star.
Gold star. Because it even says it's Russian and Slavic languages. I'm like, hallelujah. That's good.
Okay, so perfective and imperfective refer to verb aspects showing how an action is viewed. Perfective sees an action as a completed whole or single event. For example, I wrote the letter, focusing on its result, while imperfective views it as ongoing, habitual, or in progress. For example, I was writing the letter. I used to write. This distinction is crucial in languages like Russian and Slavic languages, often using different verb forms or prefixes, and helps explain nuances in English tenses like, okay, it's a little cut off. Read,
I know.
um,
I don't know.
finished versus
Oh,
I was reading ongoing. Oh,
oh,
there we go. Okay, I
yeah,
read.
sorry.
Okay.
So, I can send you that site because further, we're not going to go over that. They have a video. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that I don't know where they take that from. I can send you that if you want. You
Yes,
can. I don't want to play it here, but because I want to go to the lesson because that's Russian. But
sure.
you can just watch the video because finding a video like that in Bulgarian would be hard. I'm not saying that don't have it, but probably is good. You can look for it, but I just think that we don't need to spend so much time on that. I think you understand what they're trying to say here.
Well, yes, it's the same in a couple other languages as well, right? They just have a different name for it, but it's the same. I can't think of the word. It's
Aspect.
the same thing.
Aspect, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's a good word. Aspect is actually, it means a lot of things. But
Mm.
I don't know if for Russian and for Slavic languages, this is particularly true. If you don't, this is a very important part of the lesson today. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you an example with words you already know. For example,
Okay.
you know how to say paint, рисувам, correct? Paint
I,
is
I,
рисувам, рисувам.
yeah.
Do you
we
remember?
we have studied that one.
Yeah. Okay. And we say, if we say, I love to paint, аз обичам да рисувам. Okay. Nothing, I love to paint. Аз обичам да рисувам, but you can also say обичам да рисувам. Nothing, nothing crazy here, right? But if you
Right.
want to say that you want to paint a house, you're gonna say as искам, you know, искам is the want, right?
Want. Mm-hmm.
Аз искам да нарисувам една къща. Do you say how аз искам да, this da to da to make something. Da is to do something. Аз
Mm-hmm.
искам да нарисувам. So you have a prefix na, рисувам.
Okay.
You already say you want to paint a house. It's very specific. Okay.
Okay.
This is something we're gonna go over today, but I wanted you to see what, because this is explained in the book a really difficult in a difficult way. Uh, it's a very heavy grammar, and that's why I'm like, I don't really like that explanation. I want us to just look at it in a more simple way. Um, and we are going to stop sharing now, and I'm going to share the textbook. And let's see where we are here in the textbook. Okay, so you see the textbook now, right? So hold on, let me move it a little
Yeah.
bit. Така, сега, um, let me read that. This is from lesson number, урок номер 5. Dialogue. Идва един висок човек. A tall man is coming. Idvam, we kind of reviewed that, means to come.
Mm-hmm.
We studied otivam, to go, but idvam
Mm-hmm.
is to come.
Mm-hmm. It's in that list of verbs. Yes.
Yes. Visok is tall. Човек is a man. Човек. And when we say идва един висок човек, човек is we say a man, there is no човечка. So човек is another word for a man. Идва един човек, and when we say that идва един човек, that means a man is coming, we don't know who he is.
Okay.
We're not going to say идва един мъж. We can say that there is a man coming, but we're more likely going to say идва един висок човек, идва един човек when we don't know who is that person. Okay. Ангел стои в коридора и пуши. Angel is standing in the corridor and is smoking. Pusha is to smoke. That's very important verb because in Bulgaria, as in Italy, as in France, a lot of people smoke. They pushat. Идва един висок човек. A tall man is coming. Носи фотоапарат. Нося is to bring. Носи фотоапарат, and because this textbook is written, I don't know how many years ago, fotoapparat, it means a camera, but the old-fashioned one, you know. They don't have, I mean, they have it still, fotoapparat camera, but that means fotoapparat is a camera, the old-fashioned one. Cassettophone, now that's really old-fashioned. That's the VHS, what do you call that even? VHS player? No, cassettophone is not a VHS player. I'm sorry. Cassettophone is, what am
Eight track or something?
no, cassettophone is this where you play music and you have these things that the
Cassette tape?
cas cassette cassette player. What do you call
Because
that?
was the you play the cassette tape in the cassette player.
Yeah, so I don't know what the English word for that is, but that was here for a little bit because my old car used to have that. Now I don't think you can even buy that. where you play cassettes, you know that?
Yeah, I think they phased it out.
They phase it out, but I actually,
Yeah. I mean, I still have a boombox at home. It's old, but
yeah, a cassette play. I don't know if cassette player is the right
mhm.
word. A video camera
Yeah, it is.
ac-
Yeah.
actually means a camera, video camera. Particularly, video camera means a camera that you record videos with. Okay.
Yeah, the old type where they
Old type,
yeah.
but now a video camera is a real word and is used now, video camera. So, for example, in cinematography, you use a video camera. You don't use your cell phone, right? When you
Nothing. Yeah.
shoot a
Yeah.
movie, okay? There you go. We already learned the Angel go gleda I misli. We learned that, remember? Angel is watching him or watches him and thinking. Who is Go here? Do you know that Go? Who is Go?
Oh, that's yeah. That's
Him. That's the
the
tall man.
third person singular.
Yes.
Yeah, the third person singular pronoun,
Right.
whatever.
Uh-huh. Angel
Well,
is looking at him and thinking. So Go is this tall person. We don't know who he is yet. Какъв ли е този човек? There is that second usage of the li particle, which I didn't want you to learn in lesson number one. What is this man? Какъв ли е този човек? Do you see how now this is easier for you?
mm-hmm.
Какъв ли е този човек? Now here we have a question word какъв and li. When we say каква ли е тази жена? You see some strange woman walking around your street that you haven't seen. Каква ли е тази жена? Какъв ли е този човек? Иска да го пита, но не знае как. He, now the angel. Angel wants to ask him, okay, by go, they mean that the tall man, right? Но не
Mm-hmm.
знае как, but he doesn't know how. Как is how. Uh, Veselin. Now, we don't know that, but we're assuming that's the tall man. That's a name. Извинете, искам да мина. Excuse me, I want to pass by. Заповядайте, минете. Заповядайте literally means here you go, but in this case it means please. You can go. Go, минете, pass by. Не мога, няма място. We did learn the irregular verb мога, не мога. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot. There's no room. Защо носите толкова много? Why are you carrying now? He is referring to him in a second plural. I'm sorry, not plural. In a second person singular formal. Do you see this? Защо
Mm-hmm.
носите, а не защо носиш? He's just seeing this man. He doesn't know who he is, so he's referring to him in a formal way. Защо носите толкова много? Гледам ви и се чуда, и се чудя. I'm watching, you see V. You see, гледам ви. Uh, for now, we're just gonna stick with that. I'm watching you. И се чудя. I'm watching you and I'm wondering. Чудя се, it's reflexive verb, means wonder. Чудя се. We can look at the vocabulary at the end if we have time. See, but you can look at that too. Какво работите? What are you working? See, it's all formal. Какво работите? Журналист съм. I'm a journalist. Журналист. За къде пътувате? You're a journalist. And where are you traveling to? Отивам, now there is отивам, to go. Отивам в Габрово на фестивала. I'm going to Габрово at the festival. На кой фестивал? Um, At which festival? На фестивала на хумора и сатирата, разбира се. At the Festival of Humor and now satira. I'm actually very curious how this is means basically
Satire?
no satire like a genre, thank you, genre of theater that is pertains to satire. And satire is very popular humor in Bulgarian language, in Bulgaria as a whole, because
Mhm.
people don't get so easily offended like here. So we like to make brutal fun. Uh, and if you're a sensitive American, you're
Yeah.
out of luck. And that's all I can tell you.
Yeah. Stay home.
Yeah, satire is part of Bulgarian humor, so that's what it is. Разбира се, of course, we know that, right? Of course, we studied that. Aha. So now he's switching to, he already conversed with him in a formal way for a while, and suddenly Angel is switching to second person non-formal. Затова носиш. Do you see this носите here? Up here,
Mhm.
носите. And then
Mhm.
switching to
Let's
носиш
see.
тези апарати. That's why you're carrying this. Here, apparat means basically he's referring to all this camera, cassette player, video camera. That's what he's referring to. Не са ли тежки? Aren't they heavy? Um, Тежки са, разбира се. They're heavy, of course. Служи ги на пода тогава. See, this is imperative. Служи ги them, put them on the floor then. Служи ги на пода тогава. Put them on the floor then. А не, не в коридора. You see all that double negative. And
Mm.
not in the corridor. Ела да влезем в купето. Come let's go inside. Влизам is to go in. Влизам. Ела да влезем в купето. Come, now влезем, let's us, we, okay? Ела да влезем в купето. Let's go into the compartment. Хайде да изпием по една ракия. Let's here. So this here is a typical Bulgarian conversation. I would like for you to, because that's not taught here. When he switches from formal to informal, usually we ask, can I talk to you in a not formal way? Мога ли да ви говоря на ти? That is something that I'm going to send in an email. That's a
Mhm.
complex sentence, but we ask that. Мога ли, can I, да ви говоря, to talk to you, you still address them to with ви, вие, да ви говоря на ти. Ti means you, second person, as singular, not formal. Ti si, ti искаш, ti, remember the verb to be ti. Okay. Мога ли да ви говоря на ти? That is not given here for whatever reason, but because there is quite a bit in that sentence, VT,
Mhm.
that makes it complicated, which they haven't introduced all of that yet. But I just want to say that uh, these are two men on a train. It's cooped up. The guy wants to have a rakia. I don't know. I mean, they're bros. That's what I can tell you. But if you are somewhere else on the job or at a university level and something like that, you're not just gonna say, "Beh, ела тук да пием една ракия," it's just there'll be a little bit more formalities, okay? So, хайде да изпием по една ракия. Не мога да вляза. I cannot come in. Искам да намеря свободно място. I want to find a free seat. Това купе е пълно, нали? This compartment is full, isn't it? Да, пълно е, но децата могат да седнат заедно. Yes, it's full, but the children can sit together. Заедно is together. Now, Веселин иска да продължи по коридора. Веселин wants to continue. Продължавам is continue. Веселин иска да продължи по коридора. Веселин wants to continue, I'm assuming to go down the corridor. Но в този момент забелязва Джули. But at this moment he notices Julie. Забелязвам is to notice. Well, I'm assuming Veselin might change his mind. And и си казва. И си казва, казвам си is I'm telling myself. I wouldn't think too much about that si here because we haven't learned that yet, but this is not a reflexive verb. It's just something else. Аз си казвам, I'm telling myself, ooh, outside, because outside today is actually called finally. Today's 32 Fahrenheit and it's a little snowing, but not that crazy. Аз си казвам, oh, finally, it's a winter day here in Colorado. January, Januari koj sme nes osmi? Uh, the 8th, January 8th today, right?
Is it? Oh, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, and then той си казва, he's telling himself, коя ли е тази хубавица? Хубав, you know, it's pretty, good. Хубав can be a lot, right? Хубавица is a pretty woman. Okay, хубавица, also красавица, хубавица is a pretty a woman. So we can use хубавица. That is very appropriate to say to, I mean, you're not going to go down to a stranger woman and say, "Ти си хубавица," or "Вие сте хубавица," but you can say that even to a little girl that comes to you in a princess dress, and you can say, "Oh, каква си хубавица. You're very pretty." So коя ли е? Now, коя, remember, we're going to look at that. Коя ли е тази хубавица? Who is this pretty woman? И Веселин, of course, what does he say? Добре, хайде да влезем. Okay, let's come in. Go in. Go in. Come in, go in. So, yeah, so you see that аз харесвам този учебник. I like this textbook because it gives you this very typical Bulgarian. They drink rakia. He sees a pretty woman, Julie. Of course, he's gonna want to go in the compartment. That's very typical. He doesn't even know if Julie may be his wife, this other guy's Angel's wife, but he's gonna go in. I'm just telling you. So, yeah. So now we're not gonna read this other text because it introduces different grammatical concepts. Okay, so this is what I had you read on Google. Now, here the aspect is explained a little bit differently. And um, I suggest you still read it for you to know what their point of view is. They focus on something else here, which I think you still should know. And you can read that text here in English. Starting from nearly, aspect
Okay.
4.1, yes.
Nearly every verbal idea in Bulgarian is expressed by two different verbs, each of which conveys a different point of view or aspect. One of these views the action as general, basic, and unbounded and is called imperfective. The other views the action as bounded in some way or another and is called perfective.
Do you see how
The
harder
combination,
in here?
yeah,
Sorry for
yeah, I
do you
do.
do
Yeah.
you see how I'm sorry for interrupting you, but do you see how this is not very clear here?
No.
I mean, yeah,
Bounded, unbounded.
yeah. I mean, I don't know why I think about things when I read bounded and unbounded, but anyway, it's like what do they mean bounded?
Like fleeting vowels.
I mean, what? Like if an English speaking person reads, they're gonna think about other things, not I don't know what they're trying to say, to be honest here.
The verb's in chains.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I think. But who is chained here? What are they telling? Yeah, I may have to take this paragraph and put it in ChatGPT and tell me what is Shakespeare. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to know if you got that and
Yeah.
if you and I are on the same page. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The combination of the two verbs is called an aspect pair. Dictionaries usually list the two together with the imperfective form first. When one knows only the perfective, one must predict or guess the imperfective form in order to look up the meaning of the verb in the dictionary. For this reason, it is best to learn both members of an aspect pair at the same time. All glossary listings from now on will be in this format. The glossary to this lesson repeats all verbs learned up to this point, now in the form of aspect pairs. Following our examples, always listed with imperfective preceding perfective.
Okay, out of everything you read so far, I want you and Megan to just remember that here. Okay,
Um,
here. Because we already read the AI explanation of perfective and imperfective, right?
mhm.
When you read this, all glossary listings, I would forget the first two paragraphs that are not saying much.
Right.
Okay. Especially the second one is very confusing. You have
Yeah, it's not very
no, we
understandable
have
at
to
all.
guess. What do you mean? You cannot guess anything in Bulgarian. No. Um, if you guess something in Bulgarian, you may say things you don't want to say. So just don't guess. Just Google it. Google Translate it. You know what I'm saying? So from everything you read so far, the best thing is to remember that the glossary listing would be like that. And basically, you already see влизам, вляза. So when you say this uh this perfective already means like completion because искам да вляза. I want to come in. Okay. Виждам is see. Um, so for example, аз виждам, че вали сняг. I see that is snowing. Okay. But someone's coming from downstairs and say, "Oh, yes, it's come the vidya." Do you see the difference? I want to see too. I mean, let's say there's no window upstairs or something they want to see outside. As iskam the vidya. Usually iskam takes uh that that perfective. Искам да нарисувам. I want to paint a house, right? The next one, затварям, затворя. Затварям is to close. And we say, when it's cold, I close the windows. Когато е студено, Затварям прозорците. Но става течение. Искам да затворя прозореца. There is a draft. I want to close the window. Okay? Оставам, to stay, to remain. Остана. Oh, мога ли да остана? Can I stay още 5 минути? 5 more minutes. Okay? Мога ли да остана? Uh, that's is gonna come as we talk and when we translate. You're gonna get that. We're only reading this for you to get an idea. We're not gonna do a lot today. We're gonna get an idea about this aspect because I'm aware it's confusing. Отварям is to open. Отварям прозореца. I open the window. Затварям прозореца. Close the window. But искам да отворя прозореца. Много е задушно. Remember, it's very stuffy here. Искам да отворя прозореца. I want to open the window. Отворя прозореца already implies a one single thing, right? You open the window and then you're done, right?
Right.
Пращам is to send. Пратя is искам, Лиса, искам да ти пратя картичка. I want to send you a postcard. Картичка is a postcard. Слагам is to put. Сложа is this perfective form. Um, Искам да сложа. What do you want to put? Искам да сложа ябълките на масата. I want to put, for example, someone's coming in. I'm coming in from the store and I bought apples and Pete is putting the apples in the fridge for Дилника. But I say, но аз казвам, не, искам да сложа ябълките на масата, в купа. I want to put the apples on the table in a bowl. Do you see the aspect? I'm only giving you examples. You don't need to learn it now. You only need to understand it.
Okay.
Тръгвам is to leave, to set out. Тръгвам. Тръгна is this perfective. And we're not going to read any more of that explanation because uh, it's confusing, and we're not going to look at the imperative now because the aspect form is already enough. This lesson is a very big lesson. Урок номер 4. We're going to hang out here for a while. Um, but what we're going to do is we are going to take a break from that. We're going to return to these verbs of body position, which is basically shouldn't be separate. It's the same like what we just read. But we're going to look at this embedded questions. And we're going to skip reading the English because this is pretty much just like in English. Къде е чантата? Where is the bag? Знаеш ли къде е чантата? Do you know where the bag is? And because there is no do does in Bulgarian, we have that li particle. Do you know where is the bag? Знаеш ли къде е чантата? Не зная къде е чантата. No, I don't know where the bag is. Okay? Не зная. So we can practice this here with this one here. I want to practice this. If you want to ask me, do you know where something is? Let's not use chanta. Let's use kufar for suitcase. You can ask me, do you know where the suitcase is?
Oh, знаешь ли, къде now wait,
Yeah.
I forget what you said.
Kufr.
I'm mixing it up in my head with corridor.
That's okay.
um,
Kufr
well,
is going to be
well,
kufrat.
oh, it, kufarot. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's, remember, chantata, the back, kufrat. And in this case will be kufarat. Знаешь ли къде е kufarat? Because kufa because kind of kufarat is a kind of form of a subject because kufarat, знаешь ли къде е kufarat? Um, kufarat will be at. Знаешь ли къде е kufarat? And then what are you going to ask me? I mean, I'm sorry, what are you going to answer?
Oh, ne znaya, ne znaya,
Да?
къде е kufarot.
Да, не знаю. Let's try one more. Let's use apple. You're looking for your apple. You left your apple somewhere and suddenly it's not there. Maybe I ate it. I don't know. Or let's use perjoa. Perjoa. You're gonna like that. Let's do that. I ate your steak.
So what that would be знаешь ли къде пържолата
Да, знаеш ли къде
a
е
steak?
пържолата? Да, да. You opened the fridge, you had a steak there, and then now it's not there. Because and then I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna tell you I ate your steak. I'm gonna I'm not gonna face that wrath. So what,
um,
so what am likely going to answer?
не зная къде пържолата.
And then is знае къде е пържолата. I'll probably be honest, I told you I ate it, but yeah, it's just
And I cry.
I know, right? I hope you have a second one. I know. So, I mean, you don't want to eat Lisa's steak. No, that's okay. Now that's a good one. 4.6. Another preposition. We have already used that a lot, but we're gonna learn it here one more time. The preposition means either I'm sorry, the preposition v means either in or into, depending on the context. Моливите са в чантата. The pencils are in the back. Сега слагам всичко в чантата. Now I'm putting everything into the back. Well, in English, we can say now I'm putting everything in the back also, but
Mhm.
so that you know, because we do use into also, we do use from time to time. Um, in American language, we don't follow these grammatical rules very much when to use in and when to use into. It's more like in British English. In American, we just say in. I,
True.
I don't know about you. I have not used into, or if I use it, it's been rarely. So, but in v means in. В чантата. Къде, къде е пържолата? Where is the steak? В хладилника. In the fridge. Right? Okay. Any questions? Имаш ли въпроси?
Не.
Да, кажи.
Нямам.
Нямаш.
Нямам въпроси.
Така. Let me see here. Okay. So we're not gonna read even what that is because it's just the way we express certain concepts in Bulgarian. Like in the sentence, it's stuffy in here. We say tuk or tuka is a dushno. We're not gonna say zadушно е тук. That's nobody will say that. It means the same, but you're not gonna hear that.
Okay.
So you might as well not even. That's more that nobody speaks like that. Dnes je toplo. It's warm today. Toplo je a dnes. That's kind of I don't know if you remember the Star Wars, Yoda language. Was it Yoda? He changes changes like so that's gonna be I'm sorry. I allow myself to intervene here and say it is warm today. Toplo je dnes in English will be something like warm today is like a Yoda language,
Hmm.
In probably Bulgarian grammar specialists might argue with me that topolodnes, it's a grammatically correct sentence, and it is. It's just you're not going to hear that. So if you want to say отвори прозореца, open the window, тук е задушно, it's stuffy in here, or I'm not gonna go out today, I'm not gonna go, няма да излизам днес, днес е топло, it's warm today. Okay, so let's see, what is this building? This is, oh, I have never seen this building, synagogue in Sofia. I've never seen that. Uh, Masculine definite objects. Okay. That is a good thing to learn. Before we learn that, let's read that in English. 4.3a, masculine definite objects. I may have to help you.
Okay.
That is an important part of Bulgarian language.
Okay. Although the object form of definite masculine nouns is written a, its sound remains That is, although it has lost the final t of the subject article, both in writing and in pronunciation, it retains the same vowel sound. The object form of the article in yat keeps the same vowel letter in the written form ya, although the vowel in all four of these article forms is pronounced as if written This pronunciation is especially clear when the article is accented. For example, the apostrophe denotes softening of the preceding consonant.
Okay, so this is one paragraph that probably makes no sense. So dim means smoke. That's actually very easy word, dim. Димът е много опасен за малките. The smoke is very dangerous. I mean, this it should be the smoke, and I don't know why it's not because it's dimut. Okay, so it should be the smoke is very dangerous for children. Малките literally means the little ones. Okay.
Okay.
Те седят далеч от дима. They are sitting far away from the smoke. So here is something, they're teaching something that we already saw. Do you remember Megan's homework when we had plage, plaja? Plage is a
The
noun masculine. So if
okay.
we say the beach is very nice, плажът е много хубав, the beach is the subject. But I believe Megan's homework was something like that. I'm reading a book uh on the beach, was something like that. I can remember.
Something like that.
Аз чета книга на плажа. Now, the subject is not the beach. The subject is whoever is, reading the book. Correct. So this is the same case. Dim is a word of masculine gender. And when the first sentence, Димът е много опасен за малките. Опасен means dangerous. The smoke is very dangerous. Димът is the subject of the sentence. That's why it takes its regular a definite article, masculine. But in the second sentence, te седят далече от дима. They're sitting far away from the smoke. Now, in the second sentence, the subject of the sentence is they. That's why it's not going to be dimut, but it's going to be dima.
Mm.
I wanted us to do something else today. And let me see, where is that?
Is that is that a marble ad? What is that?
Uh, which one?
The picture of the mosque?
Let me see the picture of the mosque. That's a good question. I don't, to be honest, I've gone there many times, but um, I don't remember what is that made of. It's a very
No,
pretty.
no, see that right there on the corner. It looks like a Marlboro cigarette box. There, right
Oh,
there to the left of that. Right
um,
there in the corner. That. It looks like a Marlboro cigarette box.
you know what? I have, to be honest, have no clue. It very much maybe I have to if when I'm there next time, I don't
That's
know when I'm gonna be there. I have
funny.
to pay attention. Look, this picture is from many years ago. You need to understand.
That was very grainy.
Yeah, that picture is old. I don't even know if that tree is there anymore. Um, so now I actually wanted to look at something else because you had enough grammar with with this with these aspects. And I wanted to see, uh, I wanted to go over something else. Okay. Okay. So here is, we're now coming to when do we use this other aspect? Okay. And for example, in the text, he said, Искам да намеря свободно място. So, uh, where other languages use infinitives, Bulgarian uses a phrase composed of da plus the present tense of the verb, such as da phrases. Do you see this here? Da, to, okay? This is what I'm reading. They have a
Wait,
number. So
what are you
here,
reading?
so
I'm
I'm
seeing the vocabulary.
here. Oh, you're seeing the vocabulary?
There's nicknames. That's
Okay.
the cultural commentary I'm seeing.
Okay. Maybe we're on page, let me see, 81. Are you on page 81? You're not on page, maybe it's delayed.
Let's see, 81.
81, yes. Hmm. Maybe over to you, my moving of the screen is delayed.
Oh, maybe.
I'm on page
Okay, here it
81.
is. I want to find an empty seat. Is that infinitive replacements?
Yes. So forget about infinitive replacements. That's forget about. They call here float
Okay.
vowel. I don't know what else we can. I don't want to bash this textbook because I like it. I just want you to not have such hard times because it's really not as hard as it is. But the way it's explaining
Okay.
this, like this bound, inbound, whatever, I mean, that about freaked me out. So I'm like,
Right.
oh my God, I can't ever, listen to that. He's gonna be nem ima miasto za panika. This is yeah. I read this with the bounding bound, and I'm like, I am not gonna read that. I'm not gonna read that. This is not okay. Um, I didn't even study that in college. I didn't study it this way at all.
Okay.
So that is explained, but again, this is teaching Bulgarian, so it's a different. different textbook. So infinitive replacements, basically what they're saying, where other languages use infinitives. I want to eat. I want to sit. I want to see outside. Everything is to something, right? That's the infinitive.
Yeah.
Bulgarian uses a phrase composed of da plus the present tense of the form of the verb, which you already know. Аз искам да ям. Аз обичам да ям пържола. Okay? Okay, so such da phrases have a number of uses in Bulgarian, but the most common is in the function of infinitive meaning. That is fairly simple explanation here. For okay, let's see what the second paragraph is saying. If if it's going to be understandable. Verbs used in that phrases must have the proper personal ending because subject pronouns are often omitted in Bulgarian. It is especially crucial to have the right verb ending. You understand that, right?
Right.
Okay. In many cases, the verb of the da phrase has the same ending as the verb upon which it depends. In these instances, the English translation uses a simple infinitive. This is something that I started introducing from lesson one when we're saying when we're studying, I want to eat, I want to drink. You guys already know that, right? You see how
Yeah.
easy that is for you. And the reason why I did that so early is because I knew we're going to come to that, to where that second aspect might be a little different, depend on what that first verb is saying. That's why now to you, that is not, you already understand what this paragraph is saying. If
Mm.
you say, I искам да намеря свободно място, I want to find an empty seat. And obviously here, искам да намеря, I want to find. Now, намирам is to find. Намеря is that other aspect.
Okay.
Okay. Um, Искам да мина. I want to pass by. Minavam is to minavam is to pass by. But iskam da mina, you cannot say iskam da minavam. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
You have to do that iskam da mina. Izvinete. Excuse me, I want to pass by. Ili mogu li da mina? Can I pass by? This is when that other aspect is used. And we will learn that gradually. Децата искат да седнат заедно. The children want to sit together. Сядам is to sit, but in this case would be децата искат да седнат. Аз сядам, ти сядаш, той сяда, ние сядаме, вие сядате, те сядат. But in this case, децата искат да седнат. Okay? So, what you need to remember now is basically, I want you to only learn the verbs that they introduce here. And we're
Okay.
only gonna use the verbs that they introduce here. We will practice only what we know here, because if we try to do more verbs with the second aspect, that will become a little bit more confusing. We want to get this aspect kind of thing uh a little bit more fluent. And then we can introduce, we can say, then when we Google Translate, it's not going to be like, well, wait a minute, that's a different form here than what I know the conjugated verb is, then you're going to know. If you go type in Google, um, that same thing, I want to paint. It's gonna say искам да рисувам. But if you write in Google Translate, I want to paint a house. I'm very curious what Google was gonna tell you. Probably gonna tell you искам да нарисувам къща. Now, in this case, you have a prefix, which we haven't learned that, but this is kind of an intro to the prefix, to that second aspect. Um, Iskame, we're not going to look at that because that sentence is really complicated. We want them to come. That is complicated. We're not going to look at that now. What I wanted you to see is one more thing. And with this, we're going to end today. I wanted you to look at, um, we looked at oh yeah, this is what this question words, which, who, which, um, as, and how they pertain to gender and number. And the forms are koi, which means who, which, for male, kuya, which means who, which, if we know that we're asking for a female. Do you remember when I asked you, kuya supa iskas? Which soup do you want? Because we already know supa, supi. Remember when you read supi, pileška, agneška, škembe, and I'm asking you, ti kuya supa iskas? Which soup do you want? Kue would be a neuter. So which, who, let's say kue kote. Let's say you're choosing a kitten. Or you see a child and you say kue tvadate. Who is this? Who is this child, right? And kui
Mhm.
would be the plural for who, which. That is one thing that this is the last grammatical concept for today because we're going to do one exercise. So in this case, kui, that is I, is not I kratku. This is I kratku here. This, oh, I cannot highlight that. But you see in the first koi, the I
Mhm.
kratku is that second I that has a little like a I don't know, circumflex. That's in French. I don't know what you call.
Mhm.
I actually don't know what you call that in Bulgarian. But kui, that's not i kratko. That's just showing you that the accent is on the e. Kui.
Okay.
Right. So let's go to the exercise. You, you can, okay, yeah. This is the exercise. Once you do this exercise, it's going to be very easy. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate form of the, I like to use these question words because this interrogative pronoun sounds so just grammatically heavy. Question word. It's all question words. Koi, kuya, kue, kui. Now, the first sentence, don't be afraid of this conductor ka, because conductor is I don't know even what you call that. The person that passes by in the train and checks if you have a
Oh,
ticket.
conductor.
Conductor. Do you call that
Yeah.
Isn't that more for a
Conductor. Mhm.
choir or
Mhm.
music also?
No, it's a different type of conductor.
Oh, is that okay? I actually don't know that
Yeah.
word in English. So here, what will be? So this is be Jena is woman. Genie is women. Which question word will be here. We're asking which one of
It'd
these.
be koi, right? Because that's plural.
Okay, so we're gonna ask you in English that would be translated like that. Which one of these women is the conductor? Because it's conductorka. See, it's student,
Right.
studentka, учител, учителка, conductor,
Yeah.
conductorka. Obviously, we know there is a bunch of women. They're all conductor. Oh, I can't say that. Conductors. And then they're a bunch of women. We don't know which one of them is the conductor. So you have to use the question word the same like with the soupy, because you know that they're all women. And but you're asking for which one of them is the conductor. Okay? So
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna use коя. Коя от тези жени, which one of these women is the conductor? Do you see that's a singular?
Oh, because the verb is singular. Okay.
Yes. Because you have and tя,
Okay.
da. See,
Я от тези жени.
these exercises are very difficult because they practice the verb to be. They practice plural of the noun. You have žena, ženi. They introduce a new word, conductorka. There's so many things to think about, Alyssa, here. I sympathize with you. So you have so much going on in that first sentence that I don't know how you're surviving, to be honest. But and then on top of it all, I'm serving you. I'm telling you that you cannot just like in English say who, which. You just have to choose between what? Between four question words on top of all that going on in that sentence. So I know, right? This lesson I told Pete is the point of no return. You know, the black hole point of no return. It's called the event horizon. We're at the event horizon. If you miss this lesson, you cannot continue because up until now, Pete could have picked up, but from now on he cannot because you see how much it is, right? So the same, коя от тези супи искаш? Which one of these soups do you want? Коя от тези жени е кондукторка? Which one of these women is the conductor? Коя от тези жени е учителка? Which one of these women is the teacher? Do you understand now why it's коя?
Yeah.
Okay. Айде сега номер две, Lisa. I believe in you. You're at the end now. Don't don't get the black hole suck you in the despair and
But uh,
chocolate, you can figure that out what that means.
не знаем купим.
Не знаеш, браво, не знаеш думата купим, купувам is to buy. And here is used in the aspect da kupim.
Okay.
So
So, chocolate. Okay.
yeah,
Chocolate. Um, but what is that? Is that masculine? What is
yes,
that?
yes.
Chocolate. So that would be koi
Да.
chocolate iskash da kupim.
От кой шоколад искаш да купим? Да, тук it will be кой with the и кратко, right? That first кой,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
От кой
Koi.
шоколад
Uh-huh.
да купим? Да. Добре, номер 3.
Azgovaria, bulgarski и английски. Um, let's see. Um, na Okay, I can't remember. Uh,
Zik is language.
Zeke is masculine or
Yes.
okay, so ko ezik iskash
Да.
da говорим.
Very good. На кой език искаш да говорим? Лиса, ти също говориш български и английски, нали? И италиански, и френски. You speak
Malcolm?
малко, не ти вярвам, I don't
um,
believe you. Говориш.
Сговоря um,
You can say
малко
малко, да,
български и um, италиански
и италиански, и френски също.
и френски.
Да, и френски, да. Да, and you're correct. На кой език искаш да говорим? So, говоря is speak. Говоря английски, говоря български, говоря аз говоря, ти говориш, той говори, ние говорим. In this case, говорим doesn't change. На кой език искаш да говорим? Which
Okay.
language? Do you see how искаш? Do you see how why you need to know the conjugations? На кой език do you want that we speak? Okay, говорим. Do you see this?
Okay.
That's a little bit, think about your congiuntivo in Italian. That's where you are in Bulgarian. It's just like, it's a lot to think. But you're doing it. So, all right. That's until I throw the silkworm at you. But
Yes, right.
all
Not the
right.
whole silkworm, please.
I know. Okay, на номер 4. Now here you have the te. The te is a neuter.
Okay, so koe
Да.
dete moj
Да.
dete može
Мгм.
da broj da 100.
Да, кое дете може да брои до 100? Броя, I don't know if you remember, means to count.
Okay,
Each
all right.
child can count till 100. Yes. Okay. Now, номер 5.
En telefona. So koja
So,
en
yeah,
telef
when
huh?
we don't know, when we don't know who, we always ask koi.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I was thinking it was something about the telephone. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
saying who is
No,
on the
no,
telephone?
no, no. The telephone has nothing to do with which word are you going to choose here from koi kuyakwe. If you don't know, uh, what are you asking? Are you asking about women, soups, what gender you're asking? You say koi. So on the telephone, very much maybe Sarah, maybe your female cousin, maybe whoever can be a female. But if you don't know, you ask koi in a telephone.
Koi. Okay.
Koi in a
Koi
telephone.
na telefona. Okay.
And then the answer can be, oh, Sarah, that doesn't koi if you don't know. Koi in a
Mm-hmm.
telephone, yeah. Koi in a vratata, who is at the door? You're also going because you don't know. Yeah. Okay. And then номер 6. Now you have knigi. I don't know if you remember kniga.
Books.
Yeah, knigi. One thing we didn't specify kui is a gender neutral. So you have one thing going on easy for you.
There you go.
I have
Plural is plural.
I have to point that out. Gender
Koi.
neutral.
So it'd be koi.
Kui, da.
Kini. Uh, um, Vurstas?
Връщаш, да.
Like the
Точно така, браво.
библиотеката.
Да.
Библиотеката.
Кои книги връщаш в библиотеката? Връщам is to return. Vrshtam has st and sh and r and That's a rough one. So vrshtam.
Vrushtash.
Da. Biblioteca is library. It's like it's like in French, right? I think it was bibliothèque, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
I don't remember,
yeah, I
but
can't remember. Like you have the same in Italian, except one was I can't remember if it was the biblioteca that was the bookstore or was the library.
yeah, I am now that you said that I don't remember that, but I think in French bibliothèque was the library because some
Oh,
words in
probably
Bulgarian are the same like in French.
French.
Like magazine, it's a store.
Hmm.
I think in French was similar, very
I
similar.
think it's similar. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And we have one more, Lisa. Seven, magic number seven. Everything is
Okay, so yeah,
yeah.
etazi nepoznata
Да.
žena.
Браво, Лиса. Много добре. Браво. Коя е тази непозната жена? Ah, here is the question. You see a strange woman walking around your street and you're asking, коя е тази непозната жена? Непознат means unfamiliar. Actually,
Okay,
you have
all
to
right.
kind of see how they translate it here. I can't find it now, but коя е тази непозната жена? Which one is this woman? Um, I mean, in Bulgarian, words can say "Коя е тази непозната жена," but in English, we say "Which one is this?" You're gonna say "unfamiliar woman," but I'm not sure. Yeah. So this exercise, беше ли, let's use present tense. Това упражнение трудно ли е? Is this exercise difficult?
Of this one?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay. I think for now, I think for today, this is where we need to end.